Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. For all the engineers with us tonight, this is the time for us to rise above our natural modesty and reticence and celebrate great engineers who've influenced the city to be inducted into our City of London Engineering Hall of Fame. And we're entitled to be a little proud of ourselves. And Prince Philip, our honorary liveryman, would certainly agree with that, for it was he who said, "Everything that wasn't invented by God was invented by an engineer." So the next 15 minutes is for blowing our own trumpet for a change and showing off the amazing contribution of engineering to the City of London and our civilised world, past and present. I'm delighted that 6 other livery companies have already been attracted to our idea, and we'd welcome more. But already you can see that our friends, the Ironmongers, Armourers and Brasiers, Shipwrights, Scientific Instrument Makers, Information Technologists and Water Conservators have agreed to join us in this new way to celebrate and promote engineers and engineering. If sports personalities, movie stars and musicians can have a Hall of Fame, why not engineers? And I'm pleased to say that our judging panel, who had to do the research, prepare citations, discuss, debate and agree by consensus the merits of the nominees, are all with us tonight. We started with the premise that engineers have facilitated and even led many of the transformations of the City of London from its formation. We suspected they were often unsung and their stories known to few. But all were essential to creating the functioning, resilient and vibrant conditions for everyone working or living in the city to improve our quality of life and build a sustainable future. Engineers enable this to happen. This Hall of Fame will celebrate and honour those engineers. See if you can identify who they are from the clues that I give you before I announce them. And you can put your guesses on the chat if you like. Our first inductee was born in North Wales and moved to London at the age of 16. Anyone got it yet? He was apprenticed to a goldsmith and later became an alderman and a merchant adventurer. He became an MP for Denbigh, serving on a committee in 1605 to consider how to bring fresh water into London from the River Lee. And that, and these images, are your final clues. And that might have wakened some of you up too. Sir Hugh Middleton used his engineering and financial resources to complete the New River scheme, a 38-mile waterway that brought clean water to a header point in Islington, from where it was piped throughout London. It was completed in 1613, the same year he became Prime Warden of the Goldsmiths Company and his brother became Lord Mayor. This huge enterprise for the time transformed living and working conditions in the city, a necessary precursor to the growth that it was soon to enjoy, and almost incredibly still supplies about 8% of London's water today, a 400-year-long legacy. The choice of the Water Conservators. Our next inductee was born in East Lothian in 1761, graduated from the University of Edinburgh and came to London to work for Boulton and Watt, managing their London business. At the age of 29, he set up his own engineering business in London. He designed canals, docks, bridges and breakwaters, becoming arguably the nation's foremost civil engineer. John Rennie's first works were the Lancaster Canal, then the Kennet and Avon Canal. He designed bridges in stone and cast iron with daringly wide arches, like the first Waterloo Bridge, the first Southwark Bridge, and the first modern London Bridge that featured in a recent talk by past master Richard Groom. Docks and harbours included Grimsby, Leith and the London docks. His largest projects were for the Royal Navy, including Sheerness Dockyard and the Great Breakwater at Plymouth. He gave advice on the Bell Rock Lighthouse. He declined a knighthood, but was buried in St Paul's Cathedral. And he was my choice. Our third inductee was born near Hitchin in 1813 in a Huguenot family. His first of 111 patents was for a machine to make bronze powder for the manufacture of gold paint. He presented his process for manufacturing cheaper steel without fuel in 1856. And that was a massive clue. Henry Bessemer was of course renowned for the Bessemer process, which lowered the production cost of steel, leading to its general substitution for the less reliable cast iron, weaknesses of which had been revealed in high-profile failures like Stephenson's D Bridge and Thomas Bouch's Tay Bridge. He was an honorary freeman of the City of London and 3 livery companies, the Cutlers, the Armourers and Brasiers, and the Turners. His place of business was next to Vintners Hall. He lived at 15 Northampton Square, now the site of City University. The choice of the Ironmongers. Our fourth inductee was born in Dundee in 1820, educated at the University of Edinburgh, which was the place to go in the UK at the time for natural philosophy and applied mechanics. And he first worked for Robert Napier's Vulcan foundry in Glasgow. He carried out tensile load tests on wrought iron and steel components there, publishing results in 1862, recognising the need for better testing machines. So he resigned from Napier's, designed a huge testing machine at his own expense, built it in Leeds and set it up in Southwark, a short walk from the city. The Kirkcaldy testing house was in business for a century, run by 3 generations of the family, testing large-scale components of bridges and machines, governed by the words above its doorway, "Facts, not opinions." His machine was used to test materials in the failure investigations for the Tay Bridge and the de Havilland Comet crash investigation, and it also tested materials used in Eads Bridge, St Louis, Sydney Harbour Bridge and the Festival of Britain Skylawn. He's widely recognised as a key figure in the establishment of structural materials testing as both a scientific and an engineering discipline, the choice of the Armourers and Brasiers. Our fifth inductee was born in eastern Poland in 1929, now part of Ukraine, to a wealthy, educated family. Caught up in World War II, he and his mother were deported to Siberia and his father imprisoned. When Germany invaded Russia, they were released, and his father joined the Polish Army Corps, transferring to the Middle East under British command. After the war, the family was granted asylum in Britain, where our inductees studied physics and mathematics at the University of London, then turned to instrument engineering with the Mining Research Establishment before joining the Northampton College of Advanced Technology in London. Ludwig Finkelstein was the pioneer in the UK of measurement and instrumentation as a scientific discipline. After Northampton College became City University, with the support of the Lord Mayor and City of London, he established a new measurement and instrumentation centre, which holds a world-leading and influential position today. He served as a head of department there twice, founding Dean of the School of Engineering, and Pro-Vice-Chancellor before retiring in 1993. A reminder of the importance of the education of engineers, the choice of the scientific instrument makers. Our sixth inductee has 31 honorary doctorates. Came to the UK in 1939 on the Kinder transport. Started a career in the Post Office Research Station at Dollis Hill. By 2013, had given away £67 million to deserving causes. Dame Stephanie Shirley was just 5 when she arrived in the UK. At Dollis Hill she built early computers and wrote code. In 1962 she founded Freelance Programmers, which became F1 Group, then Sansa, for primarily women programmers, only 3 men amongst the first 300 employees. In 1975, due to the Sex Discrimination Act, this practice discontinued, but the company continued to grow. She retired in 1993 and devoted her life to philanthropy. Became president of the British Computer Society and Master Information Technologist. In 2014, the Science Council named her as one of top 100 practicing scientists in the UK. She still has a busy speaking schedule in public and on radio. In fact, she was on Women's Hour the day before yesterday. Our final inductee this evening was born in County Down, Northern Ireland, and joined Harland and Wolff as an apprentice naval architect. At the age of 32, he became managing director of Austin and Pickersgill, returning to Harland and Wolff to become chairman and chief executive at the age of 41. In 1993, he became chief executive of Babcock International and then chairman the following year. And from 2000 onwards, Sir John Parker became one of the city's most sought-after chairmen and directors, often parachuted in by the banks, his business now being valued in boardrooms across the land. Airbus, Anglo-American, British Gas, DP World, Lattice Group, National Grid, Laing O'Rourke and Ombu Group. He is a past president of the Royal Academy of Engineering and non-executive director for the Bank of England, past lead non-executive for the Cabinet Office. In 2016, Sir John completed a review of the UK naval shipbuilding strategy for the Ministry of Defence, chaired the review for government on ethnic diversity on boards. Cyril Ramaphosa said of him, Sir John Parker has a profound understanding of the world outside the boardroom, political, social, environmental, that is very rare among industrialists. He is the consummate example of the benefits of an engineering foundation and approach deployed to address the challenges of the boardroom, the choice of the shipwrights. And so here they are, ladies and gentlemen, our inaugural inductees, the Magnificent Seven. They span 450 years of engineering influence on the city as industrialists, designers, educationists, practical scientists, entrepreneurs, problem solvers, wealth creators, leaders, philanthropists. Some you will have known, others perhaps not. Their common thread is they are engineers. And we hadn't appreciated it until after the event, but every home nation of the United Kingdom can claim representation, plus Germany and Poland. And this is so typical of the City of London, the melting pot of nations, where people from diverse backgrounds are welcomed and gain skills and talents to improve their own prospects to the benefit of us all. What a testament to the city that through this lens there also happens to be such wide diversity. All of them collectively will now be outstanding role models for young aspiring engineers as we spread the word, whilst informing the city and the public of what engineers have brought to the city, and still do. And we already have many more candidates for the future.